Hello, hello. We are back Tuesday, June 14th. That escalated quickly. Number 2. Last week we almost got banned on our very first episode, so we had to bring in our fearless leader and some training wheels to keep us on track. Maybe next time he won't be here if we're good, but we're not normally good. So,
our big baby's there.
Mm-hmm. He is a big baby. You're right.
Yeah.
But quick little just intro of us again if you haven't met us. We're not going to go too in-depth. We're just going to kind of give names and social media here at first. You want to start us off again, Alex?
Yep. So I'm Alex Ellis, in short, by house. My Instagram is CA_Ellis, and you can find me on my business page on Facebook as well at Alex Ellis Realtor.
I'm Bogan. My Instagram, if you just search Bogan, you'll probably find me, but it's Bogan Buys the Bay. Yeah, we won't give you too much. The next one will be a little more fun. We got Icebreaker, so.
All right, I'm Morgan, and you can find me at Meet Morgan Ellis.
Lots of M's.
I'm Alexandra Harwell, and you can find me at Alexandra Harwell Realtor on Instagram and on Facebook.
Perfect. Well, the first thing that we're going to start off with, just because you guys can't really see it, and I want everyone to see, we're going to do a quick little fashion show for you guys. Because today, actually, I'm the only one who's not super dressed up. But everyone else is really fun. So, Alex, you want to stand up for us? What you got on?
Yeah, sure thing. So I got palms on palms. Got some palm trees on the shorts.
Double
palm trees on the
palms.
shirt. Kind of can't see it from this distance, but lots of palms today.
And you have 2 palms.
Yeah, I got 2
Four
palms.
And I think the other thing you were telling us about your lovely shirt is...
Oh yeah, deep V.
Deep V.
The thing is like where it buttons up is like a really weird spot where it like sits kind of high on the neck, so I just kind of like keep it as close as possible while keeping the button undone. That way it's not like choking me or whatever.
That's high on
I don't
the neck
like-
for you?
Yeah.
Down here?
Plus
It's
the
like
ladies
right
love
up
it.
here. It hits right here when it's like actually closing up, so it feels weird.
It's strangling you.
Yeah.
It's too much house lifting.
It's like
many
a pair of very
palms.
soft hands just gently caressing my neck the whole day. I don't like it.
Couple mallets.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
PG.
I am wearing my bathrobe because I lost a bet.
Which we'll hear more about a little later, if you're okay with telling us.
Sure.
And what are you wearing today?
Got some sunflower pants on today.
Fun ones. We
Yes.
always like to wear weird stuff. So I wanted to show that. The next
Actually,
little...
You're surprisingly normal.
that's what I was going to say today. I mean, you can't tell. It's corduroy shorts, which is a little unique.
Halfway up
different.
the thigh like they should be.
Very short, yeah. But
Don't forget
that's the weirdest thing.
The coral shoes.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't see my beautiful orange Sperry's. $30 on the Amazon. Next
Nobody
thing...
else wanted them.
No, literally, I went, found Sperry. And they have like 200 different. If you go to the actual like Sperry
Sort by
store,
price.
I literally sort by price,
Yeah.
cheapest price, and just scrolled through and found that there was like a emerald green and a bright like coral orangey kind of color. They're like $30. I was like, yup, 2 Sperry's for less than the price of 1. Deal.
So you get the emerald ones.
Oh, I got them both.
Like
Heck yeah.
balloon butt, but okay.
Meh, a little bit.
Just
I
wear
like it.
purple with
You don't wear them at the same time. You don't mix match. Not like one green, one orange.
It'll be awkward.
So the next quick little like icebreaker thing we're gonna do, just to have people kind of get to know us a little bit more. We know all this for ourselves and each other, but how long have you been a burger? And I'll just classify. That makes you a St. Petersburger. That's what I call us, is burgers. You can also be a Tampano, which is gross and doesn't sound very nice.
Both of these are.
But
very
burger's
unrelated.
better. So how long you been a burger?
I've been around the area for the last 23 years. So
And how old are you?
26.
There we go. It's a long time.
So a pretty good long time, good chunk of my life, being local to the area.
Where were you born? Locally or
Overseas.
overseas?
Yep.
How far overseas?
Mm,
Flying overseas? Or you on
12
an island?
hours time zone difference over in Asia.
Okay. And so you came back 23 years ago, so 99?
Yep.
98.
98, 99.
You don't even remember your own history?
Yeah, I'm
Thank
sorry.
God your brother's here.
I was like barely able to think at that time.
That's
I only
not
form
like,
memories as a 3-year-old,
What's
2-year-old.
I would say you're still barely able to think. What do you mean? I have been a burger since 2013. I came to go to USF St. Pete, and I don't know if I could ever leave. I always make the joke that, like, when they're ready for me to go, they're going to have to take me to the gates of the city and just, like, banish me and close the gates behind and tell me I'm just never allowed to return, because that's going to be the only way that I
We
don't
can
come
arrange
back.
that.
Might be fun. Never know. Don't
Give
knock
you
it till
the
you
old
try
Socrates treatment.
it. Don't knock it till you try it.
Or Napoleon send you off to an island.
Here's a little hemlock. Now get out. What about you, sir?
Let's see, burger since 1998.
So you got here a year before your little brother?
Yeah.
We allowed him to come at the same time.
Mistake.
I know, it was.
And where were you born?
Oh, Pennsylvania. So
Pennsylvania,
in
okay.
America, I can be president.
I said you could be a president. I remember this conversation now. Alex can't be a
It's
president.
important to know.
He thinks he can, but we won't allow it.
Yeah, it'll happen. You gotta be born to naturalize U.S. citizens, regardless of where
We
you're
don't want to hear it. It's okay. Alexander's next.
I've been a burger since 2016, since I came to USF St. Pete for college. So 7, almost 8 years.
Nice.
Now, before whatever next topic, everybody should say where their favorite burger at.
Where their favorite burger is in the burg?
Exactly.
Where's your favorite burger? I can do that. Engine number 9. Boom. Done.
Oh, you
Yeah.
took that one.
How'd you get in there quick?
Actually, I really like the Avenue.
Ooh, the Avenue's got a
I
good
think it's
burger.
actually better.
I don't think I agree with them.
Yeah, I don't know.
We need an angle or a camera from this angle just so that we can get Alexandra's facial reactions. Because she turns away and you can't see just the like death glare.
Whatever
It's awesome.
I can't
laser she
control it.
shoots or the cringe that goes all over the face.
I try so hard to suppress it, but I can't.
Alright, so favorite burger?
McDonald's.
Gosh, I really don't eat burgers all that much, so I guess I would have to say like Dead Bob / The Joint.
Okay.
It's a good place. All their food is good.
What about you? You got a favorite burger?
Engine number 9.
Engine number 9, yeah. Alright, so the next thing we're going to move into, we're going to get slightly more professional. I'm sorry. If you want to take a quick nap, you can.
But I'll still wear the robe.
Oh, the robe's not allowed to come off. Sorry. We are moving into the
Into the
May
numbers.
statistics. Da, 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 da. So we're going to move on to Alex. Alex is our resident fortune teller, the man with the statistical plan. So we're going to pop on over here. What do you got for us, Alex?
So we've got 2 consecutive months of increased number of active listings. Last month was about 20%. This month is close to 30%, which means that more houses are staying on the market longer and more are becoming listed. So this is going to ease the pressure buyers are feeling, and as interest rates go up, the number of buyers will go down, so that way the listing and selling side will be a little bit more even. So if you're looking to buy a place, you might be able to get a better or fairer deal on this hand. You're looking still at having multiple offer scenarios, but it's not 50, it's maybe 3. So as far as it goes, if you're able to afford to, it's a decent time to buy because the rates are going to go up 0.25% in July, and they're probably going to go up even further as the Fed tries to catch up to inflation.
And just to kind of point out also, I know everybody, you've probably been hearing the market is slowing, recession, blah, 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 all this stuff's coming. It still went up 2% just last month. That same house would have been $10,000 left in that average price range. So just because it's slowing doesn't mean it's collapsing or falling.
It's just slowly increasing.
Yeah, something to keep in mind. Another little thing that I printed out, we'll probably share this in a photo or something, but the way we talk about inventory when we're going over statistics, you see we have 1 month of inventory if you look at the bottom right-hand corner. But what does that even mean to people? People don't know what that is. They look at the amount of homes that are sold during a month and the amount of homes that are going on the market at the same time. So as those numbers compare, if you're getting more homes on the market than that are selling, then you're going to have a higher months of inventory. Basically, if no homes listed tomorrow, how long would it take for every property to sell if we continue selling at this rate? So you see again, right now we're at an average of 1 month. I have here though, it breaks it down by price point. So if you're kind of curious what what markets do you want to be playing in? What markets do you maybe have a little bit more negotiation room, a little bit more inventory? Only a couple markets are above the average of 1. A lot of them, especially in the lower price points, just because the average is 1 doesn't mean they all are. I see some here at 0.6, 0.7, so half a month, which could be drastic. But some of the higher than average ones, if you're dealing in the $1 million and over, 2.1 months, a little bit more wiggle room there. Obviously, less buyers. Same thing if you're doing with the 9 to $1 million price range. There's 1.6 months. So there are some price points that are a little bit more flexible, but then again, you come down to like you're playing in the 120 to 130, 200-ish price point. We're at about half a month. So just something to kind of keep in mind. Averages aren't everything, and every market's a little bit different.
Yep.
But that's kind of what we're seeing right now here, just basic statistics. Next thing we're going to move on into, coming back to the main camera here, we're going to talk about some food and some culture with Alexandra.
Yes.
Where are we going?
So,
what are we doing this week?
We took a little day trip to Ybor last
Woohoo!
week. And I lived to tell the tale, which is nice.
So you went at night.
No. Don't go in
Fair
there.
housing.
But there is a brunch spot over there. It's in Hotel Haya, which is a newly renovated hotel downtown. And we went specifically because the drinks are served in a peacock mug.
What kind of drinks?
They're just like your painkillers, your hurricanes.
Standard cocktail kind
Shaped
of
like
stuff.
a peacock, or is it made of peacock? It's a very important distinction.
I mean, it's shaped like it, but it could be made of
It's
it
the
too.
skull of your enemy peacock.
That would be a shot.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, like Ybor is definitely, they've added new breweries, big storms moving in there. There's the Tampa Improv, which is a lot of fun. Tickets are super cheap, and it's a good time. So if you're going, go with the plan, but it definitely is worth going and checking out.
Oh yeah, and I would again say, like she said, go with the plan. Do a little bit of research. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of culture. One of the absolutely coolest places, in my opinion, in Ybor is there's this little park that used to be just one building. It's not even a full block. It's just the foundation of where a building used to be. But back in like the late 50s, this Cuban couple that had lived in Ybor donated it back to the government of Cuba right before they became communist. So there's actually a little plot of land that you can go to in Ybor, and as soon as you step through the gates, international traveler, you're now in Cuba. They fly a Cuban flag. All the signs are in Spanish. But right in your own backyard, you could go to Cuba in a day. Super cool. Really weird just how those laws work out and stuff. I think you were about to say something too?
Well, I really like how in Ybor you've got all the old cigar factories, and they've converted these really cool buildings into something else. I don't know if it's still there, but there's like the spaghetti factory. That was a really cool place to go to.
And actually I think it's Arturo Fuente, just rebuilt. It's brand new now. But an old cigar factory from ground up. They didn't refurbish. They built a new one. But it's identical floor plans, built with the bricks. Looks the exact same as the old ones. Really cool to see. And while we're in Ybor...
So really good for photos. Like.
Oh yeah,
really
brick
cool
streets, beautiful like murals and lights. And yeah, it's a cool little place.
Over there.
Two fun facts about Tampa and then Florida more broadly. Tampa's where the Cuban sandwich was invented, not Cuba, not Miami. And then the other is wherever you see red brick, it's not from Florida. It's usually from Georgia, but the only place you can actually make bricks in Florida is North Florida. There's so much limestone in the soil, it tinges it yellow. So if you see red brick, it's probably imported from Georgia.
I did not know that until...
Even St. Augustine brick?
St. Augustine brick
Augusta
is usually...
block.
Augusta block is from Augusta, Georgia. St. Augustine...
St. Augustine?
St. Augustine brick is literally from St. Augustine, and it's either tinged red purposely, or it's dyed red, or is actually its natural yellow limestone hue. So you'll see a lot of the ones in St. Augustine actually tinged a little bit more yellow.
And while we're still in Ybor, I have to ask, you brought it up earlier, what's your favorite talks, dog? You like a good talk? What kind of talks you getting?
In Ybor?
In Ybor, yeah. You got a talk place? If you've never been to Jimmy's Tacos and you like a birria taco, that's the place to go. They got a mean talk. I didn't know that's what the kids call them nowadays, but Zanny said it's a talk.
I didn't know you're talking about.
Yeah, tacos. Kids call them talks.
Yeah.
You like
Talk
a good
with the
talk?
sill,
Where you get the
hold
best
the
talk
cream.
at? A creamy talk?
I said, talk with the sill, hold the cream.
No good. Jimmy's Tacos is the only taco place in Ybor. Nobody knows another good one.
No,
Mm.
I didn't
Right.
understand anything you
Well,
said.
there you go. Jimmy's Tacos. If you're looking for a mean burrito talk.
Also, Jimmy, you're welcome to sponsor us.
Gracias.
It's a free plug.
All right. So the next thing we're going into is just some fun stories. If anybody's had anything weird happen over the last week, I'm sure you've got something weird. You're wearing a robe. That's
Always
weird.
Fun. It's weird. Yesterday I had to break into a house with my clients that are from out of town. It was their house, but they didn't have the keys, so we had to break in
With permission.
With permission, exactly. It's not really breaking in if it's their house, right? Except I had to
Creative
break
entrance.
the handle to get in, so
Counts. I'll take it.
Hire a realtor that's also an amateur locksmith.
right.
Very amateur. There's only one way to get through here, and it's with my foot. And kick this door right open.
Drill works pretty well.
Nah. It's not fun.
We do not advocate breaking into people's houses.
Yes.
Unless it's your house and you have permission, then it's not breaking in. All right, so that was a funny one. Did you guys have anything weird happen this week?
Not really, no. It's pretty common, pretty chill week.
I wouldn't say that it's weird. It happens all the time, but it always feels weird. I was at an open house this weekend, and a couple walks through the door. I'm like, oh, how you doing? How'd you find us? They found us with the signs, chatting them up, and I'm like, so you're familiar with the neighborhood? And they're like, oh, very familiar. I'm like, oh, okay, well, where are you guys living? Next door. Dang it, got me again. But I did get invited over, got to do a little walkthrough of their house. That was fun. A little awkward, though. It reminds me I was at a Christmas party, standing in line to get a drink, and the guy next to me just chatting him up. I'm like, oh! Mind you, this is a probably 500 to 1,000 employee international company that just got bought by Progressive for hundreds of millions of dollars. Oh, what do you do here? I'm the president of the company. Oh no. Great, cool. I didn't work there, so it was fine, but it's always one of those, like, awesome. Never know what to say after, but that was my weirdest thing, I think, this week. And then,
Nice.
on to our next thing here. I just found this out. Did you guys know this? The term spaz? Did you know that's an ableist slur?
Everybody's a protected
How do you
class.
feel about that?
Why do we need to know that?
I don't know, just fun news I found today. Do you even, is that real? You can't say spaz? No, but does anybody know? How do you feel about that? Give me your rant.
I don't think I've ever called anybody a spaz.
What if you call
We're gonna
yourself spaz?
outlaw the English language pretty soon.
Lizzo
Just
has been
have-
canceled
have
over the
that
term
was the one with
spaz.
their song that
That's-
took
Mhm.
out?
Lizzo has been canceled.
Yeah, so I mean, we're probably just gonna cancel the rest of the English language and work on grunts, and even then we'll find things to be offended.
Can you give me an example of what this grunt
be
language
careful,
It's
might
just
sound like? Volume up, volume up.
PG.
fair housing.
Oh.
So yeah, that's probably just gonna be my short on that.
All right, well, let's go into this is my favorite section of the whole thing, I think, so far.
Yeah.
Alex's rants. This is the main reason why we have to have Morgan here today.
To police it. So, as far as it goes, I've got two different things. So, I'll start off with tipping culture. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, you're starting to see almost every single company have their employees hired for like $5 an hour. And then they do all your stuff on an iPad and they flip it around and they give you this puppy dog stare. And you're supposed to tip them 20% for pouring coffee over ice. And it's just like, sorry, your boss didn't want to pay you enough, but I'm not going to pay an extra $4 on my coffee because you flipped the screen over to me. So I'm going to hit that 0%. I'm going to hit $1 or something like that at the most. And,
$1 percentage wise, like 25%.
Exactly.
Hey.
Well,
$1 is
it depends.
pretty good.
It depends on what's going on there. But in most cases, it's like You literally did nothing to earn a tip. Why would I tip you on that? It's kind of ridiculous. I think tipping culture's gone out of hand. Next, we're going to see cops pull us over, and then they're going to write a ticket, and they're going to flip over the iPad, and it's going to ask for a tip on the ticket.
Can you sign that I gave this to you? And also, if I was doing a good job today, would you mind just leaving me a small donation?
Leave us a Google review, please. Your bail bondman's going to have a tipping service. It's going to be ridiculous.
Please mention Officer McNasty in your review.
So that's one of the things. It drives me nuts. Like, all you did was this very, very small, simple thing. I'm sorry your boss didn't want to pay you $15 an hour. It relies on you guilting us into tipping you for pouring a bunch of bean juice over some ice. But it's really not something that I'm into, and it's going to get more and more ridiculous until we put our foot down on it and have the employees actually demand a wage that makes sense.
So if they got a higher wage, then would your coffee just cost more?
Yes, and I'm fine with that.
But we're still not tipping. And by we, I mean Alex, because if you remember this face when I'm out downtown, I will always tip you. Please come bring me drinks.
Anti-tipping.
Here's what I look like.
Spit in my face.
I'll leave you a nice tip.
I'm for tipping too. It's just a way that we can show our generosity.
As far as it goes with tipping, like normal service such as good bartending, restaurant service, things like that, it's fine. But it's kind of getting ridiculous. You handed me a muffin, I'm not going to pay you $2 to do that on top of the $2 already.
What about a maid? What about a masseuse?
Sure, that's a normal service once again. Okay. But I'm not going to do that for like normal cafe service. It's kind of ridiculous. And it drives me nuts.
Some stops in the cafes.
Okay. All right. So
well, I'm just using that as an example. It's the same thing for like if you're in a mega brewery and they take 2 seconds to pour the tap that you chose and like, here you go. Want to pay me $2 for that? I was like, no.
I'll give you $1.
I'll give you $1. And
how about
then
can I pour it myself?
Yeah.
They have those though.
Yeah, they have those at Oakenstone.
So where is?
So
I'm trying to think. Where's the last the wildest place you most recently got asked to leave a tip where you just totally should not have been asked?
Oil change.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
No, you didn't.
Yep. Oil change. Takes 5 asks you to tip their employees. Yep. Okay. Yep. So you get charged like $100 for an oil change. Also kind of ridiculous. And then on
shouldn't use so much oil.
Well, I had like coupons for whatever, but the initial charge was $100, and then they're like, "Hey, you want to tip our employees? They did a really good job, right?" I'm like, "How are you gonna charge me 3 figures for an oil change and then say, oh yeah, our employees aren't getting paid enough. You need to tip them. Like that's your problem. Charge me more for an oil change, then I just won't use it. Like stop it."
No,
so that yeah, exactly, but.
That's why.
That's my tipping rant. The other one is lazy listings, and I'll be quick on this one. With the more recent
double rant.
With the more recent listing phenomena where you could basically throw any house up for any price and it'd sell, you have a lot of people who have bad habits that hang over from that, especially if they entered into the market before or during all the COVID craziness. So a good example was yesterday we had this house that wouldn't even come close to flying for any sort of inspection at all whatsoever. And they were advertising it as VA friendly, FHA friendly, super awesome. And you could walk 2 feet to the right of the house and see this giant oak tree uprooting half of the entire foundation. So it's really, really lazy. And on top of that, half the photos were the agent in like a mirror capturing themselves, or they would like reach their arm in for a photo so you see their hand
iPhone
holding the phone in the photo. Or one of the ones that I relisted for somebody because it was so poorly managed, they had actually taken a picture of the homeowner walking by while they're trying to capture a hallway, which is also something that nobody wants to see.
Right, because they're only using their cell phone. Thank goodness cell phones are a little bit better now, but I remember when they were doing those with like the 3 megapixel, and then that would be the photo.
Oh yeah.
There's one guy who uses a regular camera, and I've seen him take the photo before, and I just can't remember his name. He's always getting a little bit of a finger mark in the lens. You've seen it?
Yep.
You've seen? I can't remember who it is. I gotta look and see if it's always the same person. I'm pretty sure it is. It's gotta be on purpose, right? I mean, if you've seen it in 6 listings.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds me of that one that like the front listing was the house literally on fire. It was like, this is a fire deal. Like
That's a pretty creative one.
That was a good one.
But
I like that.
There's other ones where you'll see like for sale by owners post like inflatable animals throughout their house, like partying up. It's really obscene. And then at the other time is
I
like
it.
selfies in the middle of their listing.
The dog staring at you.
But yeah, it's just
I've seen that.
it's just the little small stuff where they're just like, oh yeah, this will fly through any sort of loan, and then you go there and you're like, this tree is growing out of the middle of the house and destroying the foundation. What are you talking about? This is a cash only deal. You didn't even take enough time to walk around the property, but you listed it, and now you're asking this much. So it really feels disrespectful to the people who hired them, and it really puts a bad name and bad reputation onto our business. But
How
as
about
far
like
as
the really short descriptions? Like the other day I saw a property advertised. It was like, this house has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. That was it.
offer pad, although wonderful to work with, tend to have that issue. This house may be virtually staged. This lovely 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home has a pool.
End of story.
My favorite one is the all caps with like 12 exclamation marks. This will not last long. 93 days on market.
Price to sell. Wow, no crap.
Don't miss this great deal.
Honey,
Go quickly.
stop the car. Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop the car right in the middle of the wall of your house, because you listed it like that. Like it's an insult. It's
And
really
before
unprofessional.
that escalates, then
And before that escalates too quickly, the last thing we're gonna hit you with, we have to hear it. Why are you in the robe?
oh,
What'd you do?
yep, lost a bet. So I made a deal that I was gonna make so many social media videos, at least record them, and that's all I have to do. I don't even have to put them out or anything. But I had a certain amount of time to do like 10 of them, and I did none. So I lost. That was the bet I made. So you won't see me in this robe again.
Hopefully.
If I do lose again, Bogan gets to pick my outfit for this next
Yes.
Yeah.
video.
The Emerald Fairies.
You guys don't want him to disrobe, please.
For every video that you miss, we're going to remove one piece of clothing.
No.
We're gonna put him in the Borat suit.
One of those inflatable sumo suits. That's his costume. All right. Well, I think that is it. We're going to. We forgot to play it earlier, so I just want you guys to see our intro real quick. I worked really hard on this. It took us a whole 2 seconds, so that escalated quickly. And not welcome. Goodbye, because we are done. Very done.
So, oh wait, that's it.
Oh, I didn't hit it yet. You can go.
Okay.
There you see.
Let's say. So once again, contact information. I'm Alex Ellis. You can find me on Facebook as Alex Ellis Realtor, Instagram as CA_Ellis, and then my phone number is 727-282-2204. Feel free to send me some silly memes or a client that wants to buy or sell a home.
Yeah. My name is Bogan. Phone number 813-516-5867. Find me at Bogan by Sabay. If you just search Bogan, Bogan, you'll find me on like any social media. Other thing, like our page, subscribe to the video, leave us some comments. We want to interact with you. Couple things we'd love to hear. Where's your favorite burger? Where's the best talks in Ybor?
How long have you been a burger?
How long have you been a burger? Did you even know you were a burger? If you stop at yellow lights, you're not.
Or if you don't turn left on red.
Oh yeah, left on red on a one-way to one-way. Whoo, burger card, gone.
Or even if you don't hang out in the middle of an intersection on a yellow left turn signal and then turn left as it turns red.
Moving on.
I gotta go. Morgan, A Better Life Realty. So
Phone
you
number?
can just call me at 727-455-8569.
Or meet Morgan Ellis, right?
Or meet Morgan Ellis.
Boom, easy peasy.
And Alexandra, everything is Alexandra Harwell Realtor, 813-997-2720.
Goodbye, friends.
Have a good week.
Have a great week. See you next week.